Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to my allotment. And I thought today I'm going to take you on a bit of a plot tour. I haven't done this for, well, at the beginning of April, like I had planned, just purely because during March and April, nothing has really changed compared to February. Weather was bad, etc., etc. But we have been concentrating on quite a few things, and we're starting to get the allotment ready, really now to start growing everything. The growing season is upon us in May. Now, the very top of my allotment, the fruit bushes, I've said before that's been a difficult area to try and look after, what with the couch grass underneath the plants. What I think I said last time is that I laid loads of cardboard down, but I wasn't happy with how it looked. Well, we've had a delivery of wood mulch, which I've thrown underneath the fruit bushes, and they seem to have really tidied that area up really well. And I'm looking forward to actually seeing it grow on throughout this season. Now, the top half, the main area of this top half of the plot, onions really doing well actually. They've been mulching those with a bit of grass clippings whenever we cut the grass. This is obviously in the hugelkultur bed, so that seems to be doing really, really well, I have to say. We've got in this bed to the side of me, cabbages and cauliflowers gone in there. It's just starting to spring into life. Still got room to pop more in, but we've got plants in there that are going to perform. Now, if I walk down here, this bed here, purple sprouting broccoli is starting to go over. So basically, that's going to go to the chickens. It's not the end of the world. And then we've got a lot of onion seedlings to go in here once I just started clearing out the weeds. I actually planted some onions out a few weeks ago. They seem to be doing well. This is going to be another brassica bed. I've just left the cover over for the time being because it's not in use. So I'm trying to make the most of that while I can. And in these bottom two beds, garlic is doing really, really well. Really strong growth. Just needs a good looking after. Again, weeding, which is something that we're trying to do quite regularly. And in here we've got Brussels sprouts as well, seedlings. So they're doing well. We're hoping they're going to perform very well. Now over this side, you'll see I've actually built two more beds. I've only done these this weekend, and they're going to be sort of sweet corn beds this year. Going to grow a lot of sweet corn, as I said, in the grow along. So they're built. I've just got to lay cardboard down and mulch with compost, which will be happening this week. Then on the top here, that only leaves the raspberries, which just need a really good weeding. Everything else is doing well, and areas of tidying up, but nothing to worry too much about. Let's go on to the bottom half of the plot. Well, down on the bottom half of the plot, I've got to say I'm really pleased with things at the moment. We're getting plenty of rhubarb and asparagus, although the asparagus bed is getting really full of weeds rather quickly. I'm trying to keep on top of it by weeding every day, but it's difficult. It is really difficult. I've added mulches. Seaweed is a general mulch if I can get hold of it that I find to be really good, but it's really struggling this year. But we are, as you can see, getting our first spears of asparagus, which I'm going to harvest in just a moment. And then the globe artichoke is also doing well. I keep saying I'm going to remove a globe artichoke, but I never quite get round to it. Now down to our 7 main beds. So potatoes are up and growing, seem to be doing pretty well. I have got to weed them, I know. This is a constant thing you'll hear me say. Again, it's been quite wet over lately, and especially this last week. So I try and come down to the allotment every day for 20 minutes, half hour, and do some weeding. And I find last year that helped me keep on top of the weeds. But so far, this year it's been difficult. But as it gets better, the weather-wise, it's going to be easier. The broad beans are doing pretty well as well. They're up and they're growing. They seem to be flowering too. And then the two other beds are getting ready for beans and peas, which are going to go in later this month. They're just proving a little bit difficult again, as I've said time and time again, weeds and weeds and weeds. Now the 7th bed, which was the extra potato bed, I've actually completed building that, which again, I'm really pleased about that. I've just got to mulch it for the potatoes, and that should help grow on these potatoes. Now the greenhouse the Grandad's greenhouse, particularly, we have got tomatoes growing in there, which I've planted in our boxes that work really well for me because it keeps them moist. I've only got 4 in there at the moment. We're going to be adding a few more. The other greenhouse, I'm still trying to get all the glass I need for it for cucumbers, but I think we're going to do okay with what we have this year. Next year is when it's really going to come into its own, I feel, if we can get hold of the glass. Now, one final thing I want to talk about is the shed just down here. Now, you will know this old shed, it's done me well, but the floor is rotted out. We had people break into it recently, and I've debated whether to get rid of this shed. I've decided I'm going to keep this shed, and what I'm actually going to do is move it back to where Scruffy Corner and the compost heap is. Just once I get the foundations laid and a decent base down, then we should be able to lift it over and move it. That, I feel, is just going to put it in a bit of a better place and give me the chance to either add new beds in or make a nursery area or something to make the allotment just a little bit better for me. On a whole, it's all come together quite nicely down in this area. We've cleared out under the plants. They seem to be doing well and surviving much better. Scruffy area is gone scruffy again, but again, just a little bit of work and that'll soon be sorted. So yeah, very happy with what's going on at the allotment at the moment. But let me know in the comments, how is your allotment looking and what are you planning to do throughout May? For me, there's going to be a lot of plants getting planted and potentially moving this shed, although I suspect that may go on into June. But we are ready now to get plants down here. It is very clay soil, so it does take a while to warm the soil up here. But I think now we're going to be ready throughout May, and keep watching for that. It's really exciting. Right, let me know in the comments what's happening on your allotment. You take care. I'll see you again next time.